sorry for being late. What's going on? Why is it so depressing in here? Dad? Mom? Ted, go play in your room with Sally.
Okay, Mom.
What's happening?
Trouble Busters!
My name is Alan, and I got married to my wife Melanie 5 years ago. We have a daughter, and her name is Sally. I would say that I'm pretty happy with my life, except...
I'm home. Sorry I couldn't leave because we were having so much fun.
I'm glad you had a nice time, Melanie.
Mom, you're home.
Sally, how was your day, sweetie? Did you have a nice time with your dad today?
Yes, we missed you though.
I missed you too.
I don't work on the weekends, so I make time for Sally. Melanie takes care of Sally in the house on the weekdays, so I don't mind that she goes out with her friends on the weekends. But as time passed, her behavior got out of hand. Oh, this is getting worse.
Honey, I'm home. I didn't think that you'd be home already.
What were you doing? It's a weekday and it's getting late. What happened in here? This place looks like a garbage dump.
I was going to get it all done tomorrow.
You said the same thing to me last week. Are you sick of doing the household chores? Or do you simply not have enough time to do it?
I was a little busy recently, but my schedule is clearing up, so I'll be able to take care of the house again.
Okay, fine. I understand that, which is why I didn't say anything until now. We agreed that I would work full-time and you would take care of the house.
I know that, okay? There are times when I'm busy too. Stop nagging me.
Mom, Dad, please don't argue. It makes me sad.
I'm sorry for upsetting you, Sally. Your mom and I were only talking. I decided to end my conversation with Melanie because I didn't want Sally to worry about us. I didn't want to fight with my wife in front of our daughter. I was gonna find another time to sit down and talk with Melanie. I guess Melanie knew what I was thinking because anytime I tried to talk to her, she would go over to Sally and avoid uncomfortable conversations. Even if I managed to find time alone with Melanie, she would say to me,
So you basically want me to stay in the house all day cleaning and caring for Sally. Is that my only purpose in life?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm asking you to do the basic housework on the weekdays. I'll help out on the weekends and you are free to go out as you please then.
You act like you're doing me a favor on the weekends, but this is our house and I shouldn't be the only one taking care of it. I have a life too, you know. Taking care of Sally is a full-time job. I can't do the household chores all by myself on top of that. I don't mind going out and getting a full-time job if you'll take care of Sally and the house. If we decided to do things that way, I don't want you complaining about the type of job I get.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry. You have a point. Just do what you can on the weekdays and I'll take care of the rest on the weekends.
Fine, you don't need to keep on saying that.
I know that Melanie and I see things differently, but as long as she did her part, I didn't care. But as time passed, I realized that our marriage was falling apart. This place is a dump. Melanie, if you have time to look at your smartphone, I suggest that you clean this room. Look at this mess. I bet you didn't even make dinner yet. Has Sally eaten at all? She's a young child. She needs to eat proper meals. I hope that you're not feeding her junk food all the time. Did you give Sally instant ramen noodles for dinner again?
I cooked her dinner last night, so tonight we had ramen. What's the big deal? I'm tired and I need to rest. I can't do everything perfectly all the time.
If you're tired, stop looking at your phone and go to bed. If you're going to continue acting like this, I'm gonna have to ask you to stay at home on the weekends and help me clean.
I'm not tired because of sleep deprivation. I need some downtime, that's all. It really annoys me when you're so condescending and it makes me even more demotivated.
I'm only bringing this up because our house is a pigsty. I put up with this for quite some time now. Don't try to blame this on me.
I hate you.
This is not working. This is my house, but I don't feel comfortable living here. One Saturday, I met with my older sister Sarah and told her about my marital problems.
I'm pretty sure that Melanie is
What?
cheating on you.
Melanie's a slob, but she's not a cheater.
I mean, she's always looking at her smartphone, right?
Yes?
And she keeps her phone on her at all times, right? To the bathroom, the toilet, the bedroom.
Yes, she does.
Then she's definitely cheating on you. If she were in a happy marriage, she wouldn't be so interested in her phone. She's seeing someone else.
You have a point. It would explain her irrational behavior.
We'll need to see if this is just a fling or something serious. Do you want me to find out for you?
Really? You'd do that for me? Sarah seemed to be enjoying this. 4 days later, she texted me while I was at work.
Alan, what's the matter?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm sorry for screaming out loud. Sarah, I don't believe this.
Don't make me say I told you so. I asked her out for a day of pampering and when she wasn't looking, I checked her phone.
Whoa, isn't that against the rules though?
That's the only way that I could be sure that she was cheating on you. This was my only chance to get the evidence that we need. If she realizes we're onto her, she'll start hiding information from us.
I guess you're right. Melanie would confiscate the evidence if she knew that we were watching her.
Right? And I'm glad that I checked her phone because there was so much information in there.
Sarah forwarded me some of the information that she found in Melanie's phone. To my horror, I saw that my wife had been sending naked photos of herself to her lover. Ew! There were videos of the two of them together, and anyone could see that she was being unfaithful to me.
I set it up so that all her interactions with her lover are forwarded to your phone.
Thank you? I'm not sure if that's the right word, but...
We're doing the right thing, Alan.
Okay, thanks.
I need you to pay me back the money I spent taking Melanie out and my time for doing the investigation. That'll be $500. Sound fair?
It's so like you to charge me for this.
It was a dangerous task. I could have gotten caught. If you had hired a PI, it would have cost you at least $5,000.
I suppose.
If you need more evidence and need to hire a PI, I can help you pay for one. Good luck with everything, Alan.
Wait, hold on! My sister and I were so different, but we got along. I was glad for her help on this, although she can get a little carried away. With the help of Sarah, I was able to obtain all the information I needed to prove that Melanie was cheating on me. I wasn't going to forgive Melanie. Troublebusters! I knew what Melanie was doing when and where, but I didn't want to let on that I knew anything, so I acted like nothing had changed. I stopped nagging her about the chores, and because Melanie wasn't too bright, she began to take Sally on playdates with her cousin Ted, Sarah's son, on the weekdays so that she could spend more time with her lover.
Sorry, Alan. I made plans to go on a girls' trip for New Year's.
Oh, okay. Who are you going with? I already knew the answer, but I wanted to see Melanie lie in front of my face.
Some girlfriends from college. We're going snowboarding. And the only time that we were all free was New Year's.
Well, have fun. It's not often that you get to see your old friends from college.
Right. Thanks for being so understanding.
Sally and I will plan something of our own, so don't worry about us.
Great.
After your trip, why don't you come straight to my parents' place? Sally and I will be staying with them for New Year's.
Sounds good. I'll let my parents know about our plans for New Year's as well.
Okay, have a nice time with your friends.
Will do. Thanks so much, Alan. Oh, I'm so looking forward to our New Year's trip, Ken.
I can't believe that your husband said yes to this.
He thinks that I'm going snowboarding with the girls. I've been taking care of the house recently so that he doesn't nag me.
So you took my advice of playing the nice housewife then?
I'm doing all of this for you, Ken.
Oh, what did I do to deserve someone so special like you? You'll get your reward from me soon.
Yay! I can't wait!
What idiots! I'm totally onto you two. After your trip, you two are in for a real treat. Happy New Year!
Alan, Happy New Year.
I'll be seeing you at my parents' place in 2 days. Happy New Year!
Alan, Happy New Year.
I'll be seeing you in 2 days. Melanie's parents are coming over as well.
Sorry for being late. My trip was so much fun.
Melanie, what were you thinking?
I didn't mean to be this late.
Hey, Melanie.
Alan, what's going on? Why is it so depressing in here? Dad? Mom? Alan's parents? Sally? Ted, go play in your room with Sally.
Okay, Mom.
What's happening?
Happy New Year, Melanie. I'm leaving you. I'm filing for a divorce.
Why? You already filled out the divorce papers?
I know that you've been cheating on me, and I'm not gonna let you deny it.
Ah,
How was your trip with your lover?
this is a misunderstanding. Let me explain. Where did you get these from? I stole the data from your smartphone, dummy. I forwarded all the messages between you and your lover to Alan.
Because of this, I have a ton of evidence about your affair. I've already hired a divorce lawyer. He's extremely confident that I'll win my case against you.
Hold on a second. You invaded my privacy? Isn't it illegal to go through someone's phone without their permission?
You cheated on me first. We needed to gather evidence of your affair, and this was the only way to do it.
Sarah, I trusted you. How could you do this to me? You cheated on my brother. I had to protect him from you. You're going to pay for the damages caused to Alan, and then you're going to disappear from his life.
We're very disappointed in you, Melanie. We thought that you'd treat our son better than this.
It's clear that you never loved my son. Otherwise, you wouldn't betray him like this. Sally also deserves a better mother than you. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm so sorry for what my daughter has done to Alan. It's unforgivable. We'll make sure that she gets the punishment that she deserves.
Melanie, why would you do such a thing to Alan? I don't understand.
Is there something that you'd like to say to us?
You should feel bad about what you did to Alan and Sally.
What did Alan do to make you want to cheat on him?
Say something, Melanie. Explain yourself.
It's not fair that you're all criticizing me at once. This isn't entirely my fault. My marriage was falling apart.
Tell me what I did wrong then.
If it's not all your fault, who else is to blame for all this? This is between Alan and I. Let us deal with this on our own. I wouldn't have cheated on you if you took better care of me, Alan.
You're being selfish, Melanie. Just because you weren't happy in your marriage doesn't give you the right to cheat on your husband.
All marriages have their issues. There's no such thing as a perfect marriage. You should have voiced your concerns to Alan and worked together to fix them.
You had no right to cheat on Alan just because you weren't happy.
You should have worked on your marriage before going out and having an affair. Did you even try to talk things out with Alan? I did, many times.
Are you sure about that?
I want the freedom to date other guys. I don't want to be tied down. I'm married to Alan, but that doesn't mean that I want to be with one man for the rest of my life. Would you be okay with the idea of us having an open marriage?
No way! This is not what I signed up for. Don't you feel bad about going out at night and leaving your young daughter at home? You get so drunk that you sleep in the next day and barely make time for her.
Don't you think that Sally would want me to be happy as well?
Take a look at this, Melanie. I want to spend the night with you, Melanie. I can only see you at night and in bed, Melanie. If you can't spend the night, I'll have to cancel our date, Mel. Do you see that all these guys are just using you? They only want to sleep with you. They don't actually care about you.
But they're all really nice to me, and they make me feel better about myself.
That's because they want to get you in bed.
By the way, we know that you slept with all these guys in the past. We checked all the messages in your smartphone. You can't deny any of it because we know the truth. How could you do this to me? I'm furious with you for hurting my brother, and I'll do anything to get revenge.
You just received a new message from your lover, Ken.
My wife found out about our affair and she's threatening to divorce me. Why'd you tell her about us?
What did you guys do?
We told his wife about your affair. I followed you in one of your dates. And after that, I followed Ken home and found out where he lived.
Why would you do such a thing? You're crazy.
I sent his family a holiday card with a photo of you and Ken in bed together.
We weren't in a serious relationship. Neither of us want a divorce.
You both committed adultery. That's not something to take lightly. You hurt your families in doing so, and you're both going to pay the price.
That's right. Think about the negative impact this has had on your family.
I'm divorcing you and starting a new life with Sally. I spoke to Sally and she has agreed to live with me.
You told Sally about this?
I couldn't hide it from her forever. She's a smart kid. She knew that something was up with us.
How could you do this to me? What if I don't want a divorce? I get a say in this too.
It doesn't matter.
I admit that I was an idiot for cheating on you. It won't happen again. I learned my lesson.
I don't care. What you did to Sally and I is hurtful and unforgivable. I also know that you were bad-mouthing me to your lovers.
I only said those things because I was upset with you. I didn't mean what I said.
I know you meant every word you said about me to them. You can't be so greedy. You can't stay married to me and also be with them. I come home at a reasonable time every day from work. We sit down for dinner as a family most days. So how could you say that you are lonely? I made time for us to talk and check to see how you were on a regular basis. And I help out with the household chores as much as I can. I do all of it on the weekends and also take care of Sally. I told you how much I loved you, but you didn't seem to care. What was I supposed to do?
You didn't do anything wrong. It was all me.
Right.
I guess I was too happy and wanted more. I know that you're a great person, but that doesn't mean that I'm physically attracted to you. There's no romance or excitement in our marriage.
You have a point, but we can't have a spark all the time. Relationships change over time. Now that we're parents, we can't always think about ourselves. I want excitement too. I didn't know that you were so unhappy with me. I'm sorry to ruin the holiday mood for all of us.
Alan.
This is for the best. Melanie and I aren't meant to be. We're too different. I'm suing you and Ken for all the emotional damage you've caused me. I'm getting sole custody of Sally and we'll divide our assets equally between us.
Hold on a second. Why do you get to decide everything?
This is what's best for our family. Sally deserves better than this. You're too focused on yourself.
I don't want a divorce.
Well, I don't care. I've already made up my mind. The photos of your affair will allow me to win my case against you. You're not capable of change. I know that you'll cheat on me again.
You have a point, but I'll make an effort to change. Let us work on our marriage together. I took you for granted. I felt safe with you, which is why I had the audacity to cheat on you.
See? All you care about is yourself. I don't want to spend another minute married to someone like you. You're just using me as leverage. I don't want to be your safety net.
Fine, then let's get divorced. But I'm going to fight to get custody of Sally. I'm her mother, and you won't be allowed to see her anymore. Are you okay with that?
Of course I'm not okay with that, but I'm gonna do everything in my power to protect Sally and get custody of her. It doesn't look good that you had affairs with multiple married men. The court will see that you're not a good mother to Sally.
You should be prepared to be sued by their wives, too. They won't be happy about what you did with their husbands. I don't think that you'll be able to afford to raise Sally with all your money troubles.
Why are you doing this to me? Haven't you punished me enough?
Well, they had the right to know, as do I.
You have no right to mess with my life like this. What am I supposed to do now?
I think that's something that you need to figure out on your own, Melanie. What is the matter with you? You imbecile! And you haven't even apologized to anyone yet!
I'm sorry. I really am.
Thanks for making me realize that I married the wrong woman. I'm ready to start my life over again. I know that you're not sorry.
I am sorry. You have to believe me.
Let's get back to the important stuff like custody of Sally. If you allow me to raise Sally, I won't ask for any child support from you. I can even give you all of our shared assets. That's a pretty good deal, don't you think?
What about alimony?
I'll be asking you to pay that. That's the least you can do for me. I'm gonna use the alimony I received from you to raise Sally. That's the last nice thing you can do for Sally after everything that you put her through.
But what? We know that you don't care about Sally at all. You bring her over to my house every chance that you get, and you don't feed her properly. You're a terrible mother.
I also know that you've been sending hurtful messages to Sally from your phone. If you don't agree to my terms, I'm gonna make your life a living hell.
Don't pretend that you care about Sally because you clearly don't. I despise you. Not only did you hurt Alan, but you went and hurt my beautiful niece. The way you treated Sally will leave a scar on her for the rest of her life. You should rot in hell. You're not a nice person, so don't pretend to be one.
Sarah!
Oh, I got a little carried away.
That's all right, Sarah. Thank you for voicing our opinions on our behalf. Melanie, you need to take responsibility for your actions. The least you can do is grant Alan sole custody of Sally. That's the best thing for them both. After a long silence, Melanie finally agreed to give me sole custody of Sally.
Okay.
In the end, Melanie agreed to pay me $30,000 as alimony. She also owes money to 3 different women for having affairs with their husbands. In order to pay everyone, Melanie borrowed $100,000 and she is deep in debt. Melanie's parents promised me that they'll make sure that she pays everything that she owes. But my plan for her punishment wasn't over yet. I got divorced from my wife Melanie and she paid me alimony. I'm gonna ask you to pay me $30,000 as well for the emotional damages you caused me. I'm sorry for all the trouble that I caused you and your family. I feel terrible. I'm not sure that I have that kind of money. What? Even if I pay you money, you won't get your wife back. The money isn't gonna make you feel any better. Are you trying to get away with sleeping with my ex-wife unscathed? Unscathed? Are you kidding me? My wife left me, and I'm paying her alimony. I think that I've been punished enough already. I'm the victim here, and I won't feel any better until I see you suffer more. You knew that my wife was married, but you slept with her anyway. You were gonna try to get away with it without being caught. You ruined my marriage and caused unnecessary stress for my daughter. You took my daughter's mother away from her when she needed her the most. If you can't pay me the money, I suggest that you go back in time and fix everything. I want you to take all the pain that me and my daughter felt because of what you and Melanie did to us. That's not possible. Then pay up. That's the least you can do for us. If you don't agree, I'm taking you to court. I have a strong case against you and I'm confident that I'll win. The court will make a record of your infidelity and will make your social status weaker than it is now. Are you threatening me? I'm merely stating the facts. The choice is yours. What will it be? Either way, the outcome is not a good one for you. I'll keep hounding you until you agree to pay me the money. You broke up a marriage, and that is a serious offense. You need to be punished. You should be thankful that I'm only asking for $30,000. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Your tears won't fool me. You're just like Melanie. You're both insincere. If you give me any problems with this, I'm taking you to court. I wasn't going to give in, and Ken finally agreed to pay me the money in lump sum. He didn't want his colleagues at work to find out about his affair, but in the end, he let it slip, and the rumor spread fast. Everyone avoided him at work, and he eventually resigned because he felt so uncomfortable working at the company. He still had to pay back his debts though, so he got several jobs to make ends meet. 2 years later, I got married to Mia, someone I had met through my sister Sarah. Mia is very kind and she gets along really well with Sally, which makes me so happy. Mia is pregnant now, and we're expecting a baby together. Sally is excited to become a big sister. I'm so much happier now than I was a few years ago. Trouble Busters!